Or there are a few potential reactions that may be occurring as as the as news of cyber vulnerabilities spreads. One reaction is to close down systems, is to air gap systems, reduce the level of connectivity and the level of networking, and and or to reduce purchasing new equipment. There are hospitals that are not replacing equipment because they're uncertain about what's to come, and there hasn't been sufficient time for manufacturers to address cybersecurity vulnerabilities in a manner of developing new technologies and new devices and so forth. There's a cycle that's fairly long for much of medical device development. So that's one concern, is that fear, uncertainty, and doubt, and what it does to a market. And one has to understand the realities of the medical device development cycle and replacement cycle. And of course, there is also the potential for heavy-handed regulation from wherever it might come to impede innovation, and to proscribe a specific solution or specific protection pathway that may not be appropriate 6 months later or a year later. So we know that regulation that's done well, and we often talk about the examples that aren't done well because that's often more interesting. But if it's done well, it can allow for innovation and allow for the market to produce the kind of solutions we need, and the flexibility to change undoubtedly will be necessary. I think we shouldn't be thinking about the future of cybersecurity conceptually mapped onto the current state of the current appearance of medical devices and the way we treat patients. So many things are changing so quickly that we need to be flexible so that the next generation of medical technology will also be able to fit into any near-term regulation or guidance that comes out from federal agencies. Think more medical Internet of Things, and will any regulations that are produced today, will they fit with that type of environment?